Picture this, you just finished reading the final chapter of your all-time favorite manga, while riding the bus back to work. The feelings of satisfaction and melancholy wash over you. The story's conclusion is bittersweet, especially after investing years into it. Lost in the recesses of your memories, reminiscing about the captivating narrative, reality suddenly jerks you back in. A sudden power outage plunges the train into darkness, accompanied by panicked voices and urgent instructions from the train attendant, barely audible amidst the chaos. And then out of nowhere, a ball of lightning strikes in the heart of the train. Amazingly, the lightning gives rise to a familiar face, a monster straight out of your beloved manga. At that very moment, your phone buzzes with an ominous notification. The main scenario has begun. The realization hits you like a ton of bricks. Your cherished story has transformed into a living nightmare, and now armed with your knowledge, you must survive this fantastical world turned reality. If you enjoyed that intro, then you should definitely give Omniscient Reader a shot. Let me give you a better summary of the series. It revolves around Douja Kim. He's an average guy, he works a 9-to-5 job, and he's on his way to work. He just finished reading the last chapter, and his favorite story has just become real. Like, if that concept doesn't hook you, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, could you imagine you just finished reading the last chapter of Attack on Titan, you get off the bus, and the first thing you see is a Titan? I don't know what I would do. If you're a fan of Sword Art Online, Hardcore Leveling Warrior, or even solo leveling, I have a strong feeling you're going to love this series. Douja Kim is like a better version of Kirito. He's smart and understands the story's mechanics, but he's not invincible. Like, this guy isn't going to be 1v1ing bosses on his own. He's going to constantly need help from the amazing cast to defeat the story's antagonists. Honestly, Douja Kim is an amazing character. And to be honest, he's kind of a dick, but I swear he's a lovable dick. He starts off as a very generic protagonist, similar to Kirito. But as the series goes on, he becomes more fleshed out. He isn't a total goody two-shoes. He has his own vices and faults. Like, there's this scene where he's in an abandoned subway refugee camp and has an abundance of food, but he refuses to give any of the refugees any food for free. Keep in mind, these people haven't eaten in days. He makes them work for the food or pay him, all because he doesn't feel like it's right that he should be giving away stuff that he worked so hard for. Like, this guy doesn't have any qualms with killing people. Like, the only reason this man doesn't kill anybody is because he has a very specific skill that will go away if he kills anybody. This man is a walking force of nature that will do anything that suits his needs. Honestly, I can go on and on about how Douja Kim is a menace to society and needs to stop listening to his intrusive thoughts. Speaking of characters, let me tell you, the characters in this series are absolutely fantastic. Seriously, they're all so well developed and nuanced, you won't find anybody who's just a one-note personality trait. They all feel like real humans growing and evolving as the plot unfolds. Like, take Heewon for example. At the beginning, she's mentally broken after her group abandons her, but then Douja swoops in and saves her, and things start to change. She transforms into somebody who can't stand injustice. I'm talking about someone who is determined to give a piece of her mind to anybody who is foolish enough to commit wicked deeds in front of her. And let me tell you, this chick is like Black Air Force energy in human form. She wants all the smoke. In fact, she even tells Douja not to take out the perpetrator of her betrayal, because she wants to deal with him personally. Like, how is that for a badass move? And her newfound resolve to punish the wicked, it literally becomes like her ultimate power. Like, she is the trump card of her group. She can change the tide of any battle she's in. It is absolutely nuts. Like, Heewon is next level. Like, I would not want to smoke with this chick. Personally, she's one of my favorite characters. Oh, let's talk about the mechanics of the power system in this story. It's super cool. It's like a mix of Nen from Hunter x Hunter, but with RPG elements mixed in with it. Let me give you an example. Heewon's ability, Hour of Judgment, makes her invincible against anybody she sees evil. Now, I know what you're thinking. It sounds overpowered, but her definition of evil is incredibly strict. For instance, somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer is definitely evil, but someone like Jason Todd is a little bit more gray. Like, he's a bad guy, but he's not pure evil. Isn't that fascinating? There's so many cool elements to explore in this world, and I'm barely scratching the surface. And there are still countless fascinating elements waiting to be explored in this world. One of the most intriguing aspects are the Constellations. They offer incredible stat boosts and unique abilities, like Heewon's ability that we talked about earlier. Think of them as the anime version of sponsors from the Hunger Games. Some of them even embody gods from familiar stories that you might know of. Like, every anime or manga has to have a Journey to the West reference. There is an abundance of cool abilities that these constellations provide, but I don't want to spoil them all. I'd rather you discover them on your own when you read the story. So let's move on to discussing how the story's setting adds another layer of greatness. Also, this manga offers a captivating and realistic depiction of how the world would react when a random manga starts merging with reality. It showcases humanity's dark side, with people resorting to violence, theft, and even enslavement. However, it also explores the exploitation of people's newfound powers. such as an intriguing storyline of a charismatic individual manipulating an entire refugee camp through gaslighting and other methods. Moreover, there's a clandestine organization of manga readers, pulling the strings from the shadows and influencing outcomes to their advantage. Their hierarchy is determined by the extent in which they've delved into the story. Overall, this manga enthralls readers with its entangled web of intrigue and consequences of the unusual merging. Alright, let's dive into the incredible artwork of this series. It is absolutely astonishing how every panel can be a stunning phone wallpaper, and the fact that every page is beautifully colored really enhances the background and characters. Like, it immerses me even deeper into the story. But if we're talking about art in a manga like this, we gotta talk about the fights, and oh my god, they do not disappoint. Watching the cast bravely battle all these uniquely drawn monsters is always a visual feast. Like, trust me, you won't be able to look away. Let's dive deeper into these epic battles. Right from the start, the excitement is off the charts. In the very first arc, we witness some jaw-dropping moments. Take the intense showdown between Douja and Kim Na-eun, for example. He is a key character in the manga that Douja reads. These two go head-to-head, fighting for their lives, and their clash unexpectedly alters the entire narrative. This thrilling encounter sets the stage for the enthralling story that follows. Like, this first fight really sets the bar high. I hope I have successfully convinced you to dive into this incredible series. If so, you'll be thrilled to know that you can read this legally on Webtoon. In addition, I have exciting plans to create more captivating content like this in the future. If you're still on the lookout for more exciting manga recommendations, make sure to hit the subscribe button because I got plenty more to share.